Hello, everybody. Welcome here to Pro Talk Network channel. So we can hear the Raw review. I come over to my place here to get set up. Talk about Monday Night Raw. Pretty good action-packed show, I would say, for a Raw after a pay-per-view that was, as well as Elimination Chamber. Could have been better. Meaning the event, the pay-per-view itself, but having the first ever women's Elimination Chamber match, also having, I can set up here, first ever 7-man Elimination Chamber match as well. Dubbed the biggest Elimination Chamber match, though there was a tag team Elimination Chamber match years ago. But either way, Elimination Chamber being a good show. So off the heels of that, heading into tonight's Monday Night Raw, Ronda Rousey being promoted, having to explain her actions, what happened transpired the night before at the pay-per-view event. Also, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar to face off, or were supposed to face off, on Monday Night Raw. Those were the big two things driving the interest level, WWE Universe, at least for me, individually as WWE fan, heading into this Monday Night Raw. Reigns and Brock, and Ronda Rousey situation. Now, with Reigns and Brock, I would assume that was going to end the night. That was going to be the main event segment. And Ronda Rousey situation with Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Kurt Angle, that thing would be to maybe the end of the first or second or whatever that would be, the 8 o'clock hour, whenever. 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern, our time there to start off that hour of the show. Instead, that main event, Brock Lesnar doesn't show up or whatever. Reigns goes ham on Brock in what seemed like a shoot promo. I'm sure it was a slightly scripted promo, but still, that was entertaining. That was a side of Reigns I haven't really seen, or if seen, barely seen, because I don't remember seeing that before. Well, actually, now that I think about it, since the promo between him and John Cena before their match, talking about him and burying people in that promo battle, that segment, with John Cena on the Monday Night Raw in the past. So, okay, maybe it wasn't that long ago since we seen Reigns' passionate, somewhat shoot promo during the show, specifically Raw here. But it seemed like it was a long time, and it was nice to see it. It was refreshing to see that. That's what I wish all promos were. I wish all segments were, in a sense, that had to do with promos, straight from the heart, how they're feeling, not all heavily scripted, maybe lightly scripted, bullet points, stuff like that, and let the superstar, with their own talents and abilities, at least in this weekend, be able to say what they want, be their character, do what they need to do. Get the ball and continue rolling into, or whatever feud that they're promo on, or superstar, or whatever. Like, I just seems more authentic, organic, and just better if that was the case. But then again, that can't be always the case, because it's always situational, individualized. One superstar may actually like highly scripted and almost word for word of what they're supposed to say as a scripted promo for themselves. Some superstars would rather just bullet points and, need to know, okay, what things do I need to hit, and then go out there and, do their job and go from there. And then there's some that don't want any piece of paper scripting for their promos, and they just go out there and shoot from the hip as much as they can possible. Do what they do. So, to each his own in that sense. But moving on, talking about Raw. Again, welcome to follow me on Twitter at WWE_podcast. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to my secondary channel, Animated Awesomeness. And also welcome to like this video as well as we continue on talking actually about Monday Night Raw. Tonight's Monday Night Raw. I do have my regular Raw Insta poll already up there. What do you think of the show? Good, great, good, okay, or terrible? And let me know on there your thoughts of the show on vote. It is up for 24 hours. Let's start the show off with the Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss, out there with Mickie James, posting about the win. All her promos that she did face. In the end, they all come out and set up a 6-woman tag team match. Asuka, Sasha Banks, and Bayley facing off against Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, and Mickie James. Asuka, Sasha, and Bayley get the win. But in so doing, Bayley, I wouldn't say turning Sasha, but just fair play with what Sasha did at the Royal Rumble, what Sasha did last night at Elimination Chamber. general consensus, regular rookie base, who would say that Bayley at some point, whether it was now here simply just not taking the tag, just whoop, like, psych kind of situation there, or at WrestleMania, or you would have to do it before because they probably would have a match at WrestleMania. Point being is Bayley would back at Sasha Banks, and why not have it here the night right after the pay-per-view, since you only have a certain amount of weeks to the road to WrestleMania for Raw, and Raw now officially being back, getting back on the on-ramp on the highway on the road to WrestleMania, to the destination New Orleans there in April. But a good start of the show, starting off with the women's division with Alexa Bliss. There's the promo package talking about pretty much the other things, whether they're actually, I was going to say bigger things, but then again, the women's division, especially on Raw, has been very good and lit. So I certainly wouldn't say that they're not above or equal to the men's division and the Ronda Rousey contract signing that happened last night at Elimination Chamber. Which is maybe why it actually did start off the show when the show finally started with the whole long promo packages for two separate things. And they did the promo package again before Rousey came out. Or not promo package, but, questioning us what happened at Elimination Chamber in that situation. Again, later on, like, we forgot what happened and then forgot that they showed that already at the start of the show. I don't have that short of attention spans, wrestling fans. Then John Cena addressing his road to WrestleMania was going to do teasing that he was going to call out The Undertaker. And then not saying it won't be happening. And then saying he's coming to SmackDown Live. He's going to be there tomorrow night. So definitely watch and check out SmackDown Live, USA Network, starting at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then my SmackDown Live review after the show ends, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, like always. But John Cena is going to be showing up there. Will he be added to the WWE Championship match at WWE Fastlane? Or will he earn a spot to be in said match? And then that's when The Undertaker shows up. And in the end, no matter how the path goes, destination for John Cena and road to WrestleMania simply being New Orleans, The Undertaker, one-on-one, Taker's final match. Like, actual final match. And another reason, I even said on Twitter, I stated emphatically how much I really hope to be able to go to WrestleMania. I hope to be there live, watch the Undertaker entrance. But we'll certainly see how that goes moving forward. But interested to be here with John Cena. It's going to be interesting to see what I've seen doing on SmackDown Live tomorrow night. Remember, after WrestleMania, all the reviews being dual branded, the brand extension still continuing. Hearing rumblings of a draft and otherwise. I'll have to say about that, we'll see. Bray Wyatt challenging Woken Matt Hardy after pretty much annihilating Heath Slater and Rhino. The match was with Heath Slater, never really even got started. It was really just to get Wyatt in the ring set, have him call out Woken Matt Hardy. And when he laughed, I thought they was going to cut to a pre-taped thing with Broken Hardy, or Woken Matt Hardy, with Matt Hardy laughing, doing that whole back and forth laughing stuff that really has gotten old to me, at least. So I've been a big fan. I really was excited and was happy when the Hardy Boys came back at last year's WrestleMania. But this Woken thing hasn't really gone as well as I would have perceived it to be, because it hasn't been the full Broken character. If we had the full Broken Matt Hardy, I think maybe and probably it would be going a lot better than it actually is. And we're probably going to have a third match. There's 1-1, Bray Wyatt defeating Matt Hardy at WrestleMania 5, and Matt Hardy defeating Bray last night at Elimination Chamber. So we'll probably have the third match to settle the score at WrestleMania in some stipulation match, maybe a compound match. House of Horrors, again, kind of type of match. Maybe combining those two type of matches into one mega ultra combo, craziness of awesomeness combo, whatever thing match between the two. Why not? This feud needs to end. Put any words in the title of the stipulation match. I don't care. Have it just simply being a last man standing match. I really don't care. I just want this feud to end for them both to move on. And I'm saying that as a fan of Matt Hardy's and not so much Bray Wyatt's. in my opinion. Seth Rollins defeating the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. And 1-on-1, Finn Balor also defeating The Miz. So it seems like or looks like it probably will be a triple threat match, a multi-superstar match. And for all those that know me well, I have been watching for the past 20 years that I've done the show. And as a wrestling fan that I am, like multi-superstar matches. However, so the big smile on my face, would be happy to see a triple threat, three-way triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship involving The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor. And ironically enough, that's the three men that started the match at Elimination Chamber, which I predicted in my prediction show of what who should be the first three in the match. Now, we already knew The Miz was going to, because of losing to John Cena on Monday Night Raw before the pay-per-view. But who were the other two? And I thought I'd have those two, just because it seems like those two being equal, like in some way to me equal. Whereas in Reigns, Strowman, Elias, being actual super heavyweights, these just being other athletes in the mid-card division in its own right, but still upper echelon superstars are really good at what they do. Especially The Miz is a heel, but I think having these three facing up for the Intercontinental Championship, not going to be too shabby at all, for sure. And here, the segment of the night, Roman Reigns addressing the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar, kind of calling him out. Again, seemed like a post-shoot promo, though I think it was a little bit scripted, but talking about Brock Lesnar not defending the title, not showing up, not here. Talking about how, all the boys in the back, men and women, all the WWE superstars work their butts off each and every night, but Brock's not here. Brock's not here when he's supposed to be. He comes and goes. Again, kind of saying what he was talking about when he was kind of that scathing promo when John Cena was actually there on Raw, when that back and forth contract signing for their match not too long ago. Talking about John burying people, coming to shows when the money's right, this and that. Talking about that in Brock's case. And in Brock's case, it gets over to the fans more, even though it is Roman Reigns, so fans are saying, oh, I don't like this. He just, to the crowd and this and that. When in the end, the promo still was good. So even those that don't like Roman Reigns should just see that as it is a good promo by Reigns. And burying Brock, which also means I'm going to have to rename this episode because I have it as entitled right now for the video, Brock Lesnar face-to-face with Roman Reigns. I'm going to just simply retitle it something like Roman Reigns goes off on Brock or something like that. Either way. And he's saying how he's going to face the music and get tongue lashing when he goes back there, but he doesn't care. He wanted to speak his mind, this and that. So I think very well of this segment and Roman Reigns in that promo. And it's probably WWE to not even have Brock Lesnar show up later on or something. Actually, truly just maybe not marinate for a week and weeks or whenever Brock does actually finally show up. Move on from there. The Raw Tag Team Champions Cesaro and Sheamus defeat Titus Worldwide in a 2 out of 3 falls match, getting the first fall right away. And then shortly thereafter, and them successfully defending their titles. We'll see who they face at WrestleMania moving forward on this road to WrestleMania for the Raw Tag Team division. But I don't know as of right now. I don't know who exactly we would have, or I would have to face Cesaro and Sheamus for the Raw Tag Team Championships, as they're called, like actually literally called. And then we have the Ronda Rousey situation. Kurt Angle, Stephanie Man, Triple H, all 4 of them in the ring again. Kurt Angle apologizing to Rousey about he was lying, he had the flu, and all the little BS crap that he was saying. And it seemed like, okay, everything's going to be fine. Ronda asked Stephanie to apologize for the slap. Stephanie apologized for that. So it seems, okay, nothing's really happening here, even though it does look like it's setting up for that to be the match. Stephanie McMahon and Triple H versus Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle. Now, there still could be a very low chance that we get The Rock, but probably in the end probably will be Kurt Angle. The Rock has a very, very easy schedule. A lot of things on his play, movies and otherwise. For him, being number 1 man in Hollywood. That's how that life is. So if he be about that life, well, the has to move on and be about their own life and how and what they're going to be doing moving forward with Ronda Rousey. So instead of having The Rock and really have this full circle as much as I would have wanted that to be from WrestleMania 31, having Ronda and The Rock versus Triple H and staff. Man, Kurt Angle's a considered replacement. Kurt Angle in there in the end, Triple H is trying to be, Tyson Ali or whoever, trying to be a boxer, one-punch knockout. Hitting Kurt Angle. I thought it was going to be a pedigree or something. I mean, put an exclamation on that stuff, But either way, hit him there, cheap shot. And against Lee Billings will probably will be that tag team match for WrestleMania. Also forgot to bring up Elias. Seems like Elias and Braun Strowman. I know my good friend Blue X Demon X on YouTube was tweeting out. I actually want to pull it up so I don't incorrectly quote him here. But his tweet 17 minutes ago, and I quote, "Swear to goodness, if it is Elias versus Strowman at Mania, I'm canceling my WWE subscription. ... Well, I probably won't, but you get the idea." Well, let's see here. Elias, or formerly Elias Sampson, versus Braun Strowman, Elias versus Braun, wouldn't be a terrible idea because let me ask you this question, Blue, if you are watching this. Everybody, welcome to follow him on Twitter, Blue X Demon X. Again, that is Blue X Demon X. There, welcome to follow him there on Twitter. But I want to ask you specifically, my friend, if you feel that strongly, which you are obviously entitled to, who would you have Strowman face at WrestleMania? What would you have for his plans, for his road to WrestleMania, if you don't want him to be facing Elias, as it seems, or by me assuming here from your tweet? Yet again, context is sometimes lost on people with Twitter because you can't really get the tone of someone of what they're saying when it's a tweet or a text message as well in this how society is in 2018. But anyways, beyond that, what would you feel be best for Braun Strowman? Where do you think he should be? Because what I was talking about earlier in our Twitter interaction with our 40 individuals, part of that Twitter thread of threads on Twitter, is that I wouldn't mind having Braun Strowman in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and have that son of a gun win the thing. Andre the Giant documentary coming out soon. I want to actually have a meaningful winner part of that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Who better than the biggest man on campus, so to speak, in WWE, Braun Strowman, the one who's the most over, have him win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I know people would also say then in contradiction, saying, well, Steve, why would that make great sense when really no one's been used correctly after winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, winning that thing, and not capitalizing and catapulting their career as much as you would think that to be. You had the Big Show win it because Big Show was being like Andre the Giant, being a giant himself. Why not now have another big guy being it? And the difference between the Big Show winning it when he did and now Braun Strowman, if that was to be the case, though it does look like it will be simply Braun versus Elias. But in my situation or my thinking, if you did have Braun part of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in the pre-show at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans on the WWE Network, he won't exactly need that win to catapult his career because his career is already set skyrocket and he's going to be a future Universal Champion. That's true, dang true. But having him being one of the former winners, in the future will be a former winner, but being a winner, being Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, would still be a feather in his cap, and especially at the time of having the Andre the Giant documentary making it even bigger as well. But I just want to bring that up because I think I actually forgot to talk about it. I'm now talking about it out of order, but still, that being another part of Raw. If I missed anything, that's why I'm checking the chat here, seeing who was in the chat, and if I missed anything to talk about, discussing Raw and their thoughts on Raw. If this thing will load any faster. Whew. Well, what a night. I would say still a pretty good show. The best part for me being the Roman Reigns segment in that promo. That was pretty dang good. Oh, come on, load fast. Oh, Jay Thomas talking about, yeah, I did have a haircut on last night, Sunday. I had a haircut. And I shaved my beard, I wanted to look good or look better. I mean, I always think I look at least cute, but I want to look a little bit better. Yeah, way back in the day, huh? Yeah, it seemed that way, but Jay Thomas here in the chat saying talking about John Cena had a point there. This seemed like a pipe bomb night. It seemed that way, but I still have a feeling with the Roman Reigns one being scripted there. Hey, Broken Empire, thank you for stopping by. I do apologize, I didn't see this earlier. If you're still here, welcome to like the video, and thank you for stopping by, my friend. And it was great to have you on the show. Hope to have you for Fastlane prediction or WrestleMania. Trust me, I might have a new and better laptop by then that can actually support having a higher amount of people. And I don't look like a Doomas Hazel when I'm talking over people because of my audio issues. Bayley against Sasha at WrestleMania? Yep, but it won't be for the Raw Women's Championship. Still doesn't mean it can't be a high-profile match. Still doesn't mean it can't steal the show. But that gonna be what it gonna be, and it looks like it gonna be Sasha Banks, the boss, going to be the one that's gonna be turning heel. Though I've said months before, and you can find it on Twitter, though you'd have to really dig through my tweets, that I'd rather it be, and it looked like at that point it was going to be Bayley, the one to turn heel, and not Sasha Banks. So, okay. Broken Emperor here in the chat. If he's that passionate, the whole feud, I'm ready to buckle in for the ride. And Jay Thomas responding to Broken Empire saying I feel the same way. So, and I agree as well. This is why I said earlier in the show here in this Raw review that I kind of wish all promos, whether with superstars or alone, were less scripted. But again, it's with each superstar. Some want it to be scripted, need it, want it, whatever. Some want less this and that, but it's all to the individual WWE superstar and also WWE how they want to and have these segments and promos for such superstars. I agree as well, Jay Thomas. She's saying Nia, I think should go to wrestling. I think Nia Jax, as I said on Twitter, again, hopefully Jay Thomas, I know Broken Empire is on Twitter and interacts with us, but Jay Thomas, if you're still on Twitter, be part of the thread of threads that is called on Twitter. As we talk each and every day, at least about something about wrestling on there. But yeah, I said there, Nia Jax, I'm predicting already, Nia Jax is leaving WrestleMania 34, leaving Louisiana as the Raw Women's Champion. Raw Women's Champion. I truly believe that is going to be in the cards because I do still think, and you have enough time already slowly building up to WrestleMania, all right? SmackDown Live in 2 weeks, we'll have Fastlane, and then they go back on the, go back on the on-ramp and back on the road to WrestleMania, back on the highway to fun, instead of the highway to hell, but highway to fun, heading to WrestleMania for the SmackDown Live brand. So you don't have to have Asuka changing her mind or actually picking which champion she's going to be going after. Still, back of mind thinking that it's going to be Alexa Bliss, because again, most and even I did assume that okay, a Raw superstar wins the Royal Rumble, men or women, they're automatically facing that brand's champion. Well, I guess I wasn't listening. And I guess the winner gets to pick which champion they want to face, either Raw or SmackDown's champion in the men and women's division. So have Asuka picking the Queen, Charlotte Flair, won't need to happen even at the earliest, the Raw after, the SmackDown Live after Fastlane in 3 weeks. So, yeah. Cena going to SmackDown. Again, obviously I'll be talking about what happens and goes down tomorrow night after the SmackDown Live show, but right now I think maybe he'll earn his way to be part of that title match, make it a 6-man, make it a 6-pack challenge for the WWE Championship at Fastlane. He'll earn it. So there you go. And Undertaker, hope to see at WrestleMania. So I think Jay Thomas, Broken Empire, and others that I'm watching live, and those checking in. Appreciate it, because I know there's 100 others that are live on YouTube right now that talk wrestling that have tons more subscribers than I do. So I appreciate those that stop by and those loyal listeners. Specifically, Jay Thomas and Broken Empire here with me tonight. And those that are watching live and don't feel like being in the chat, which is fine too. I'm the same way with other YouTubers. So sometimes I'm watching and they don't even know. Does it done. But either way, thank you to them. Thank you to all that will be watching archived. Welcome to let me know in the comment section below to those watching archived. Those that are watching when the video is posted to the channel, as I call it, archived. Let me know your thoughts on Monday Night Raw, your thoughts on my thoughts. Where do you think things are going for the championship situations? Raw Women's, WWE Universal Championship, those that pretty much is set, but hey, you never know. And also the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Your thoughts on John Cena? Do you really think The Undertaker is not going to be wrestling at WrestleMania? I sure hope so. I sure think so, because I want to be there to see it. I want to once in my life to watch an Undertaker entrance live and in person. For sure. Okay, anyways. Hope you all have a great rest of your evening. I'll be back here tomorrow night for my SmackDown Live review. After SmackDown Live, of course, you can't really do the review before the show happens. That would just be freaky, because how would I know what happened before it happens? Unless it's a show in England that's pre-taped. But beyond that, the point being is, I'll see you after the show, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. Stay safe, have fun, and above all else, as always, take care.